G'day folks, Corey Hind. I hope you're doing really well. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you might not have heard about ChatGPT, but it's incredibly useful and a lot of marketers are starting to use it for various parts of their processes, little bits and pieces, not necessarily their whole game, but it's certainly useful. So I thought I'd go and ask ChatGPT today, how can you rank higher on Google Business Profile, and see what they came up with compared to what people like myself have been talking about for the last wee while. Compare and contrast and see what it comes up with, because I think it's important to acknowledge that ChatGPT is entering the market and it's helping people to do things, discover processes. Are these processes good? But then it's helping them create the content to fill up the parts of those processes as well. So people like myself move into more of an advisory, walk people through, perhaps more than done for you. We will see. But let's see what ChatGPT came up with when I asked the question, how do I rank higher on Google Business Profile? Because I think it's important to check the AI responses for accuracy. And let's see what they come up with. So number one of the 7 points was, now this is interesting that they're calling it Google My Business, which is the old term which went out of favor about a year ago. So optimize your profile, make sure it's all up to date, accurate, all the obvious stuff. So I definitely agree with that. That's certainly where you should start. Make sure you complete your Google Business Profile in full. Make sure that everything is consistent across the entire internet. So yep, I agree with that point. I'm not sure where they sourced that wording from, but that seems pretty much on point to me. Number two, and I talk to my clients about this a lot, is getting more reviews. Now, it's not just about ensuring that you're pushing the algorithm in your favor. It's about helping humans to find you and look through your reviews and see that you're a good business, because that's what we do now. We simply look at business feedback and reviews and make a decision. So ChatGPT is saying, get more reviews, encourage your customers to leave reviews. I agree with that. Good point. Certainly part of the process. Number three, and this is definitely accurate, use relevant keywords. So this is SEO, more or less, creating content that aligns with the words and phrases you want to show up on Google for, applied to your Google Business Profile. This will help improve your visibility and ranking. Yes, I'd agree with that. So using relevant keywords in your description and your title, perhaps, and throughout your profile is definitely something I would recommend. So ChatGPT is on point there. They're still saying GMB, so that's interesting. They're probably lifting this information from somewhere that's a bit aged, but it still seems to be on point to me. The next one, we certainly do this. This is, in fact, day one of a new client for us. We advise our link team to review the new client's listings on directories and citations and other places. So get listed in local directories, Yelp, Yellow Pages, etc. This will vary from country to country, but certainly that is still part of the game for Google Business Profile, and an extension of that, local SEO for your website, and an extension of that, normal SEO, just your website generally ranking well on Google. Google likes little hints, and these are little hints and signals. So I agree with that point from ChatGPT. Well done, robot. You've done well. Post regularly on Google My Business. Yes, that is something that you should do. It shows Google that you're using the platform. Google generally rewards that. So I'd agree with that point. That's definitely on point there. Now, use Google Posts. To me, that's the same as the previous point. So I'm not quite sure what they mean there, where they've lifted that from, or if they're pulling in information from various sources to create their list. But it's on point. Yep, I'd agree with that. But it's a bit confusing that those two are together. This is the exact wording I've lifted from ChatGPT. So I wanted to demonstrate that ChatGPT is really useful, and SEO people, local SEO people, are using this now. Not necessarily always for processes, because we normally know our processes. We're normally using it to help create mini blog posts and then editing them, all that sort of thing. So you can look at your mix of marketing activities you do and think of how you can use ChatGPT to speed that up. But then you need to be aware that if you just use ChatGPT, the whole world will become vanilla and we'll all be boring and saying the same things. So you must personalize it heavily to make sure it's on brand and on point for you. And the last point that ChatGPT came up with was point 7, ensure your website is mobile friendly. Yeah, I think most people are aware of that by now. But the last point is definitely something I wanted to highlight, which is remember, improving your ranking on Google takes time and effort, but by following these tips, you can improve, blah, blah, blah. So I think that ChatGPT has come up with a really good process there, which is cool. And then it just demonstrates to you guys that me, as an expert in Google Business Profile and SEO, I can acknowledge that those tips from ChatGPT are accurate. It doesn't mean that everything that ChatGPT throws up will be accurate, but that's pretty accurate, and I'd be happy with that. Whether you use those points or not, is that the whole story? There's more to the story. Trust me, there's a lot more that you need to do than just those things, but that is a fairly good starting point. If you need more advice or help with Google Business Profile or local SEO, any of that sort of stuff, comment below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and feel free to reach out and ask questions. That's the video. Have a great day.